Continuing Chapter 1. The class lines up, waiting for our passports to be checked by Mr. Cohen. Hannah Burton looks at the photo on her passport. I hate this picture of me. I don't know why we couldn't just bring one from home. Every time we start studying a new country, we fly there, and every time we do, Hannah complains about the picture on her passport. You look perfectly good, I tell her, looking at her school picture. We all use our school pictures, except for Brandy Colwyn, who came to school after the pictures were taken. Her passport has a picture that Mr. Cohen took with his instant camera. Hannah just shakes her head. I'm perfectly good. I just look terrible in my picture. I choose to ignore Hannah's correction. You know that Mr. Cohen wants our make-believe passports to look like the real thing. And remember, when he showed us his real passport, it looked awful, and he doesn't really look that bad. Hannah makes a face and grins. Amber, just because you forgot which day the pictures were going to be taken, and your picture looks like you jumped out of bed, threw on any old clothes, and combed your hair with a rake, doesn't mean the rest of us don't care about how we look in our photos. I looked at Hannah's picture. Her long blonde hair is perfectly combed, with a really pretty multicolored ribbon barrette. I look at my picture. Brown eyes, freckled nose. My brown, slightly messy hair is held back with two bagel-shaped barrettes. I'm wearing normal non-picture-taking day clothes. In fact, I'm wearing my favorite things, a very long t-shirt that my Aunt Pamela brought back from a trip to London, and a pair of black stirrup pants. Even though it doesn't show, I remember which pants I was wearing. I, Amber Brown, have a very good memory. I don't look so bad, and anyway, I forgot that the pictures were being taken that day, even though Mr. Cohen told us 1,000,000 times, even though he had written 2,000,000 reminders on the blackboard. So I'm a little forgetful. And Hannah Burton isn't always totally right. I don't comb my hair with a rake. Maybe my fingers sometimes, but never a rake. I like your picture, Justin grins at me. It looks exactly like you, not just the way you look, but the way you act. You mean messy, Hannah laughs. I wanted to pull the stupid little bow that she's wearing off of her head. Don't you dare, Justin pulls on my arm. I like the way Justin usually knows what I'm thinking, and I usually know what he's thinking. Mr. Cohen checks our passports, looks at our boarding tickets, and then Joey Fortunato leads us to our seats. And once everyone is seated, Joey shows us how to fasten our seatbelts and tells us what to do in the case of an emergency. Mr. Cohen gets on his make-believe microphone and tells us to get ready for the trip of a lifetime. And off we go into the wild blue yonder. The 3rd grade is on its way to China. Cool, huh? Okay, that's the end of Chapter 1.